What brand are you loyal to and why? Band-Aid. The quality of those products are so far beyond the competition that we don't call them bandages anymore. Dawn dish soap. It never fails to get dishes clean and other dirt, grease, and grime off. NyQuil. No other medicine I've tried others. Nothing helps me sleep like NyQuil when I'm sick. Victorinox is my go-to Swiss Army knife. Lego. Because of the quality and consistency. It's just a classic brand. Chewy.com because they wrote my dog's birthday cards and holiday cards. Handwritten cards. I was a skeptic too about the cards. Like, yeah, this is a machine. No way some company would write every single one of their customers, right? But now I am convinced the cards are handwritten because I got 2 cards, one for each of my dogs. The first had smeared ink on the Chewy signature and a couple of misspellings, typos. The second was a completely different font, cursive and without typos. They have 100% convinced me it's handwritten. Chewy.com. This is a place that really cares about animals. I've heard nothing but great stories about them from their customers. Their customer service is on point, and they make customers feel like they and their pets matter. They have gone above and beyond for me several times. But the most touching story is the most recent. A couple months ago I lost my dog. His name was Riker. He was a 5-year-old Siberian Husky, and he had diabetes. It was a freak accident. An infection caused by a routine neutering procedure. This dog was everything to me. He was hilarious, sweet-hearted, and happy, and never in my life did I imagine I would be losing him so soon. I was using Chewy's scheduled delivery service for 2 different kinds of prescription dog food to help regulate his diabetes. I was always afraid of a recall on his food would leave us in a pinch because he needed to eat and receive an insulin shot twice a day. If he didn't eat, I had to keep an even closer than usual eye on him to make sure he didn't fall into hypoglycemia and have a seizure. Because of this fear, I always ordered several extra cases of food so we could manage through a potential recall if need be. When my boy passed away, I had almost 4x12 can cases of his food stocked up with nowhere for it to go, and his food was quite expensive, so that was around $350. I called Chewy and explained my situation, asking if there was any way I could return the unopened cases for a refund. The agent I spoke with told me they would refund me for those cases of food, and advised me to donate the food to a local animal shelter. They didn't ask for proof of the cases, proof that my dog had passed, or react with any skepticism at all. They told me they were sorry for my loss and that everyone at Chewy is family regardless of the loss of a pet. A week later I received a gorgeous bouquet of flowers in honor of Riker from Chewy with yet more condolences and well wishes. This effort blew me away entirely. I was in a very low place after losing my dog, and their kindness and thoughtfulness touched my heart. If you have a pet, I would strongly recommend checking out Chewy.com to see if they have what you need. Sennheiser headphones, and ColorFab 3D printer filament. I've also recently got associated with Milwaukee Tools and it's growing on me. Fiskars. All I'm saying is lifetime warranty on everything. I broke a brand new Fiskars axe because I was beating on it with a sledge. Emailed them a picture and said I probably got a little too frisky with the sledge and not to worry about sending a new one. Just to maybe advertise that the product shouldn't be used for heavy wood splitting. I had a new axe delivered in under a month. No questions asked. Carhartt. Their clothing is awesome and really great quality. Fisher-Price. I bought a baby swing at a secondhand market. It was about 5 years old, but it still worked great. Only, when we set it up at home, I discovered it was missing the waist straps that form part of the harness. On a whim, I called up Fisher-Price and asked if there was some way to order the straps. The customer service person looked up the serial number of the swing and immediately sent me a new set of straps free of charge. When I asked why they were sending me new straps, even though I had been honest and told them I had gotten the swing second-hand, I was told that Fisher-Price is dedicated to the safety of babies and children and that they will always back up their products, no matter how old they are or how they were bought. It may be an image thing or a liability thing, but I was honestly blown away by the level of customer service they offered. D'Addario. Great strings. Petzl. Extremely well-made life support equipment. They are the masters of caving equipment. They don't use cheap materials for accessory components like Black Diamond does. I also really like Romer for their bolt hangers and bolting hammers. Pilot G2 pens. Black. 0.38 mm. They're just perfect pens. Smooth. Feel good in the hand. Love the pocket clip that I fidget with in meetings. If I had one recommendation, it'd be to make that clip stronger, as I break them on pretty much all my pens. Anchor. Anytime anything has gone wrong, they have immediately fixed it, usually sending out a replacement cable, battery, speaker without needing the faulty one back. Leatherman knives. They make great multi-tools. I've had mine like 4 years, and have lifetime warranties. They also send you new ones if yours breaks. I was on a training mission and had one on my vest, and in a combat camera video you can see it fly out of its holder and fall on the ground. And I sent the video to Leatherman saying I lost it and they sent me a new one. Patagonia. I ripped a pair of long johns after approximately 5 years of wearing them, so I sent them in. Patagonia no longer made that style of capeline anymore, so instead of sending me a new pair they sent me my money back. I took that money and bought a new fleece. I have sent them jackets with holes and broken zippers and they come back fixed within a few weeks. Phenomenal customer service. Old Bay. For gracing these lands with a wonderful seasoning. It's not a brand per se, but there is a tire place in my hometown called Just Tires who I will forever sing the praises of. My mom has those expensive low-profile tires. She went there once wanting to buy 2, then come back next payday and buy the next 2 because she couldn't afford to buy all 4. Now the owner sees her tires and they are bad. He says he cannot in good conscience let my mom drive on bad tires and let's get pay for 2 but take all 4. Trusting her to come back and pay for both, which she did. Fast forward a month and it's my turn to get tires and he gives me a quote for his cheapest brand. He finds out that he missed the sale of the cheap brand and didn't have more. Puts the good tires on my car and sells them to me for the price he originally told me I'd pay. I'm always going to go there for new tires. Vitamix. My cat ate my blender. Yes, you read that right, and I sent it in. They not only replaced the parts the shithead destroyed, but they sharpened the blades and thoroughly cleaned the canisters. They even took it apart and fixed some inside wear and tear that naturally occurred after 7 years of use. My parents have had their Vitamix for almost 35 years. Since people are curious about my cat, his name was John Locke. No, he wasn't a mountain lion but a Maine Coon mix. He had a gluttony problem. Once I was making bread and set the bag of flour down, turned around, and it was gone. I thought that I just absent-mindedly put it back in the pantry. The next morning I saw it torn into shreds under the cat tree with half the flour missing. I couldn't leave anything out. Even bagged bread and cereal boxes found out the hard way. Eating pizza was a nightmare. Even salad. Constant. Meow meow meow. Yes, I fed him enough. 3 times a day. I probably overfed him, but he was never satisfied. I think some smoothie bits might have been left on the blender, so, in true John fashion, he ate the blender. Unfortunately, his gluttony is what killed him. He didn't even live past 2 years. He ate something. Who knows? And it punctured his stomach and spilled acid into his body. We spent $2,000 to save our handsome boy, but it was not enough. I sobbed like a baby for a week. Rip Handsome John. Prince of Washington. Defender of the Canadian borders. Usurper of pizzas. Slayer of blenders. We miss you. Cat tax. Still. My dad once bought a commercial still weed eater for use around his property. It's a 2-cycle engine, so it takes gas mixed with oil. Dad did not know this. He ran it on straight gas until it locked up. The still technician who fixed it told him it would either last a week or a lifetime. No telling. That was 30 years ago and it still runs great. All the outdoor stuff I buy is still. It still runs great.